Hello and welcome back to the North American Rival Series. I'm your host, Ryan, and joining me is Sleegy and Hunted once again. We just saw the reverse sweep coming from Monkey Business as they overtake 72-pin connector. I mean, just, again, what a series, guys.
Yeah, no, it's still kind of recovering from that one, to be quite honest with you. It was a lovely series all the way through, and I'm just happy that we got a banger of a series for our first one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was just too good of a way to start the stream. I mean, you can't get any better than that. But we're going to go into our next game. That is going to be Warriors International versus Mirage. And Mirage, they're up 1-0 in the league right now. Warriors International, they are still looking for their first win. What do you guys kind of make of these two teams? And we'll kind of start with Mirage. All the players are looking very great. I mean, they have several players that are top in the standings for overall assists, shots, goals, like you name it. They probably have someone in top 10 for one of them.
Oh, yeah. I think that their only win did come against 72 PC in a 5-game series. And we mentioned it a little bit before the last match that Luke absolutely popped off at the end of that series to give Mirage kind of the win there. And then when you couple Luke's ability to do that with somebody like Freshness and J-Russ, it's a potent combination of players, and I think that they may be one of the more slept-on teams, but somebody that everybody should watch out for.
Yeah, both of these teams, I mean, Warriors got a game off of a number 2 ranked Omni. So the Warriors, even though they haven't had the greatest of starts, I mean, they've shown their potential to take games off of top teams. And now is an opportunity for them to potentially take a series off of a top team, because Mirage, sitting at number 4, is going to be looking to just try and maintain their spot and help build a little bit more breathing room. And this is going to be a golden opportunity for Warriors International to try and make some moves and make something happen to get them higher up in that standings.
Yeah, hopefully they'll be able to kind of pop off in this series, but we're going to go right into predictions with you guys. Sleegy, I'm going to start with you this time. Who do you think is going to take it?
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to go with my gut. I think Warrior International is going to be able to take this series. I think they're coming in with a lot more to lose than Mirage, and I think that's going to result in a result for them.
And I will go with my gut and say that Mirage is going to take this one. I think it'll be 4 games. I think that they've started their season well, and they're probably going to continue it that way.
I'm going to have to go against you on that one. I think it's going to be Warriors International. I mean, these guys, they have the rival series experience, and I think that they're going to kind of capitalize on some of that and come in swinging. But we want to know your predictions at home, guys. If you want to go for Warriors International, do !WAR, or if you want to go for Mirage, do !MIG. All right, guys, that's enough for me. I'm going to hand it off to y'all.
Great. Thank you again, Ryan. And yeah, we've got game 1 just about underway here, Sleegy. Warriors International looking for their first win against a Mirage team that did take down 72 PC in 5 games.
Yeah, it's this is where you really start to see whether teams strive under pressure or whether it sort of crushes them. Warriors have got a lot to lose, but also a lot to gain. And for Mirage, it's all about trying to maintain as much of your standings as you can and push it to that next level. So sort of like in that first series, a lot to play for in this series.
Well, here we go. Game number 1, Warriors International in blue. It's Buddy, Jay Wismont, and Thunda. And for Mirage, in orange, Freshness, J-Russ, and Luke, as it's going to be J-Russ right off the start. He puts one in the back of the goal. Mirage out by 1.
Yeah, 11 seconds into this game, sort of a mistouch there from Buddy. And J-Russ, what a good redirection back into that right side. Gets a wonderful touch, and it puts them 1-0 in the lead.
Great start for Mirage. As Warriors International looking to return it, although Luke gets a touch. J-Wiz has to go up and make that play. Joe Freshness off the back wall. It will be Buddy over the top. I know I'm going to make that mistake, Sleegy. I know I'm going to call him Joe Freshness at least a couple of times. I do apologize for that. But
hopefully if you're saying his name, it means at least he's doing something right. So we'll see how that works out as the game progresses.
Yes, absolutely. Freshness is one of those players that certainly seems to have a large impact on every game he plays, so I'm sure we'll be calling his name quite a bit this series, as this will be Thunder. Great pass to Jaywiz. That's a shot. Luke can't get it. And it's 1-1.
Yeah, and this is just another really good play to get themselves back level. Thunder, great pass over to Jaywiz, who capitalizes perfectly. Luke gets close, but not close enough, and not even a minute into this game, we're back level at 1-1.
That we are. This is an opportunity for Luke to win a challenge, but it will be Thunder to play this on. Bit of a double commit there from Mirage. Buddy will play it down towards Thunder. J-Russ going to challenge him, and we stay in the blue zone for the moment. Luke waiting, trying to turn that shot on goal, but it will be cleared away by Buddy. Here comes Thunder trying to get by J-Russ again, bouncing into the corner. We played nearly a minute and a half, still tied up at 1. And after those first 2 goals, not a whole lot of opportunities on either side, but you can still see teams that are looking for these passing plays.
Yeah, they're looking for the passing plays. They're trying to use those to create openings. Thunder almost had one there, but it pings off the woodwork. But if these openings continue to present themselves, they could find it, as Jaywiz does there.
The bump. Jaywiz makes this goal for himself. I wonder if we'll catch it on the replay. Yes, we will. He gets Luke out of the way. Freshness just not ready for it. And Jaywiz, he puts home his second of the game. 2 goals on 2 shots, and Warriors International, they take the lead.
Yeah, after an initial goal from Mirage, it's been a great response from Warriors International, and we'll see if that can continue here as Thunder immediately pressing again.
J-Russ over the top. Luke to rotate in. Over top of Jaywiz. This will bounce in front. Freshness is there. He's got an open shot, but Buddy takes it away. The diving save keeps it a 2-1 game, and they'll clear the zone. Now Thunder plays this on. Good touch from Freshness. Luke looking to demo Buddy in the back. Not quite going to be able to find that. J-Russ, a good save from Thunder. He gets up there in time as Luke takes that off the top. But again, it's Jaywiz to clear on. And Mirage, they've had opportunities. They've had a couple of good initial shots, but not enough follow-up for my liking.
Yeah, I mean, the opportunities, like you said, have been there, but the follow-up, not quite. But that sort of changes right there as Luke buries it in the bottom left corner to get things back level once again.
Yeah, and he just uses the space. Buddy affords him, punishes him for it. Far post and in from Luke, and that will tie the game at 2:19 left to go here. Game number 1. Close series between these 2 squads. Again, very early here in the rival series. This could have potential seeding implications down the line as things start to shake out in this young season. 2 minutes on the clock, tied up at 2. Here's Buddy. That's off the back wall, no problem for J-Russ. Freshness waiting. Double commit there, but they won't really be punished for it as it was a slow touch into the corner. Things, again, slowing down. Once we get tied, it seems like things start to slow down again. Nobody wanting to make that mistake.
Yeah, it feels like when you're in the lead, you try and hold on to it, and when you're at a deficit, so far both of these teams have become really aggressive to get it back, and I'm wondering who's going to be the one in the end to find the pressure that sends it downfield, because these teams have been playing very similarly so far.
Yeah, and Luke and J-Russ right there, great clear. Freshness missed the boost out of the back corner there, and he gave the ball away because of it. Had to rely on his teammates to clean up for him, and now they've got an offensive possession as J-Russ looking for a touch towards mid. It's going to be Luke off the back wall. There's no follow-up here, and Buddy calmly out of the zone, though. Freshness takes that away. That's on goal. Buddy gets there in time. Freshness will take another shot. Jaywiz makes the save. Now J-Russ looking for the touch. That's a bump. Oh, Thunder's not going to touch it. And Mirage, they get a gift for the third of the game.
And I was just about to say, they were very bunched up in goal there. That bump, huge as the follow-up from that final defender. Thunder just not able to get the touch. And with 49 seconds, Mirage able to recapture their lead.
Goodness me. We talked about wanting to see more follow-up. Sometimes you just throw the ball at the net and it goes in. That is exactly what happened for Mirage. They carry this 1-goal lead into the final 30 seconds. Bit bunched up there, might be dangerous as J-Wiz takes a shot. This is going to go a bit high. J-Russ, great read off the back wall. Able to clear it on, but not farther than Buddy. 20 seconds left. Freshness will cut that pass off. And now the Warriors, they've got to play out of their own zone here, Sleeky.
That they do. Time becoming a very huge factor. Only 10 seconds left in this game. They've got to try and make something happen right now.
Here's Buddy. He's looking for J-Wiz across the way. That's a good touch. It'll be up in the air, but J-Russ again, a solid read off the back wall. Buddy keeps it up. Thunder will as well. Freshness not going to challenge. He'll wait for Luke. That's towards the net. Freshness makes the save. Still it's in the air as Buddy collects out of the corner. This is going to come off the wall. Freshness into the pitch, and that's going to do it. Mirage, they escape game one.
Yeah, but escape is really the optimal word there. Right there at the very end, Warriors had a very good shot that was on target, gets saved away at the last second, and prevents from going to overtime. But both of these teams, you know, the back and forth action, the only thing I really tuck away from this whole game is they are so evenly matched. We saw them just trading blows, taking turns, putting goals into the back of the net, and I am excited to see how that continues in the rest of the series.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the times when you go to analyze a game and you look at, all right, what is the mid possession like? What is the speed looking like for this team? How is their boost levels? Really, it looked like at any one time they were just butting heads in all three of those categories. Nobody was out playing the other one, in my opinion. Nobody was winning more challenges than the other for the most part. It just came down to who made crucial mistakes and who capitalized on them. I mean, that last goal scored there by Mirage was just an unfortunate mistake that was facilitated by a bump from Freshness.
Yeah, and it really plays into something I think is super critical, especially at these higher levels of play, is maintaining consistent pressure will eventually force the opposing team into a position they don't want to be in. And with that goal at the end of the game that you were mentioning there, part of the reason that ended up going the way of Mirage was because they had been putting so much pressure beforehand that Warriors International found themselves tripled up in front of net. They got one bump that really ruined their rotations, and then Thunder just wasn't able to find the touch on the ball to get the clear away, and it all resulted from the just sheer amount of pressure that was being mounted offensively in that half.
Oh yeah, rebounds and follow-ups, that was the name of that of the game, really, I think, for Mirage there at the end. And you know, to steal another hockey term, we like to call those garbage goals. They're not pretty, right? But a goal is a goal no matter how you slice it. And it was the one that won them the game. That was what I wanted to see from them early on in that game. And it's exactly what they did in that final minute that gave them the win.
Yeah, and, you know, we'll see how that translates into this game too. You know, close game one, very exciting to start things off. We'll see if one of these teams starts to get more settled or if it'll continue to be more of the same. Because like I was mentioning again, very level play. Both of these teams playing superb Rocket League. And it's just going to come down to who makes the most mistakes, honestly.
Well, we're just waiting here for game number 2 to get underway. We'll be into that very shortly. And again, the Warriors, Sleeky, they're coming in this one having dropped their first of the season. We just watched, in the previous series, we just watched two teams that started 0-2. And we didn't really get to touch on it, but if the Warriors drop this one, they find themselves in pretty much that exact same spot here. And you don't want to do that in the rival series because of how aggressively good these teams are.
Yeah, I mean, every single win, every single series always is important. But with the level of skill that we're starting to see come out of the rival series, every single thing that goes against you is just magnified exponentially. So it's going to be huge for the Warriors to try and find a win in this game.
Well, here we go. We are underway. Game number 2. The Warriors looking to tie up the series at 1. Mirage certainly would love to take a 2-0 series lead, as this is going to be J-Russ back while Luke is there. Bouncer towards the net, cleared away by Buddy. The rebound off the crossbar. It will be Buddy to clear on. Now Freshness keeps it in. That's going to be just a bit wide. Buddy and Thunder getting clumped up again. It's a problem that the Warriors had in game 1, and it already looks like it's taking a toll here.
Yeah, good pressure early on from Mirage, getting it downfield, but Warriors International has been responding up to this point rather competently. We'll see if they can keep it up. His buddy not quite able to find the touch on that ball.
Oh, great dunk from Luke. Will this give Freshness the chance? Buddy will make the save. Nearly a highlight reel assist there from Luke. This is going to pop up for J. Russ. He's going to use the ceiling, but Thunder, solid read, and now to Buddy the clear. This will chase Freshness all the way back to his own zone. He'll grab boost and try to pinch this one away, though it will come down in front of the goal. We've played a while here. Is that in from Luke? No, it's just wide. Nearly a double touch off his own sidewall for the first of the game. A minute and a half in, 0-0.
Yeah, back and forth so far as Jay was trying to send that down again. He actually is able to get the demo on Freshness, but it doesn't result in anything. And it feels like opportunities are becoming available, but they're just not getting taken advantage of right now.
Definitely seems like the defenses have been winning this one so far. 3 shots apiece. This might be another one here for Warriors. That's a great pass to Thunder, but he pushed it high. Jay-Wiz, he was looking for a rebound play. Now here comes Buddy. Slow roller. Jay-Wiz will get the touch, but again, it's J. Russ to clear that one away. And I think probably the best opportunity of the game has to go to Thunder, and he just skied it over the bar.
Yeah, it's been a trend so far this game with opportunities just not going the way that they are wanting to go. We've seen them opening up. We've seen them be in good position. It's just that final bit of execution that has been lacking so far in this game from both teams.
Well, we've played half of game number 2 here. We're still tied at 0. So it will be Luke to send this one all the way down the pitch. Thunder off the back wall, Buddy. Not going to be able to collect. That's a bouncer towards. No problem for Jay-Wiz. But he will get challenged. The demo on goal. Buddy's the last one there. As we can see, Mirage really starting to use the physical plays to try to open up some space. They nearly found it there, but they're going to keep the ball in. An extended offensive here for the Orange team. We haven't really seen that so far yet in game 2.
Yeah, Mirage, the past couple of minutes, they've been doing well to get it downfield. It's been solid defense coming out of Warriors International, as we can see by the 0-0 score line. But eventually, if they can maintain this possession freshness with the flip reset, what a way to end a drought of goals.
Now, he's going to get this, right? He's going for it. I was not expecting the power he got on that touch. It looked like he stalled out in the air there and just got a considerable amount of power on that flip reset. And Warriors, I don't think they were ready for that one either.
Absolutely superb individual play to give them the lead. It's gonna do wonders not only for his confidence but for his team as well, because that lead has been huge with how scarce goals have been. And with only a 1 minute and 20 seconds left in this game, it's going to be up to Warriors International to try and respond.
That it will be. 1:10 left to go. It's going to be Luke looking for a second. He's over Buddy. J. Russ was trying to get a deflection down, but it will be cleared away. 60 seconds remaining. Still 1 goal needed by Warriors. This is going to bounce around in front. No problems for Luke, and he'll play it on. This has been a theme for Mirage. They don't seem to be getting stuck in their own zone. They're finding the clears when they need them. They just need to keep it up for the next 40 seconds. Might be another one here, though, as that's over the top of everyone. And that's exactly what I'm saying. The long clears are working for Mirage.
They really are, and it's taking advantage of some overcommittal plays on the end of Warriors International. They're getting aggressive to try and get that goal back, and that aggression, similar to how we saw earlier with 72 PC, is leaving so much space open in their own final third, and that space is getting capitalized on.
Oh, J. Russ, he gave that one away to Thunder. That was nearly a goal for Warriors. This is going to come off the back wall, cleared on by Freshness. Now Buddy and J. Russ. Final 20 seconds, another flip reset. This time it's J. Russ out of the corner to beat 2. Luke using the sidewall. Jay-Wiz down to Buddy, one-on-one. Freshness will win that one, and J. Russ will clear it away. 10 seconds left. They need to score in the next couple. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to. A lot of time being wasted. That's going to do it. Mirage take, I think this time, a bit more convincing of a game, number 2.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it took a really long time for that initial goal to get scored, but man, what an initial goal it was, and that seemed to give Mirage the confidence they really needed to take the game away from there. They got a second goal to secure the victory, and now they're on series point. And if you're Warriors International right now, you've got to be a little concerned. You haven't had the greatest start to the season, and now you're facing down the possibility of a sweep. You've got to try and find something to come out with in this game 3, because Mirage, they've been looking really on top of their game so far up to this point.
That they absolutely have. Though, Sleeky, we've said pretty much the exact same thing about the last series, and it ended up in a reverse sweep. So it has been done. It can be done. But I definitely agree with you. I think if you're Warriors International, the first minute of game 3 is crucial. You've got to at the very least be ahead by the end of the first minute.
Well, yeah, you've just got to score first, really, at this point. If you're Warriors International, you've got to try and build momentum and hold on to it. If you let Mirage come away with an early goal, it's going to be brutal for you, because now you're already down in the series. You're going to have to be playing catch up in this critical game 3. They're really the key for Warriors International, I believe, in this game is they've got to score first, no matter how it happens.
They've got to score first, and in order to do that, I think they need to be a little bit faster through the midfield. I think we talked about how close it was at the end of game 1. I think Mirage tipped it a little bit in their favor with their booming clears out of their own zone and just hemming the blue team into their zone. As Luke got a bump just enough on Thunder. Will that be it? Joe Freshness just missed it. Here comes Luke. He'll score. Another garbage goal for Mirage, but it doesn't matter. It's 1-0.
And as long as it goes in, they're okay with that. Luke is just going to be like, well, we take those. And again, we were just talking about this. Well, it's the one thing Warriors International could not afford to do. Go down early in this game, and that's exactly what happens. 13 seconds in, they already find themselves at a deficit.
As my good friend Squid likes to say, the death timer has started, Sleegy, for the Warriors International. They've got to score 1 goal, and they've got 4.5 minutes to do it. Granted, that is plenty of time, but you hate being behind, knowing you've got to score, as this one might make it 2. No, J-Wiz over the top. Just able to make that touch. Thunder's not going to be able to find it. J-Wiz might have an opportunity. Great little pass up to Thunder, but Freshness, he gets there just in the nick of time.
Yeah, some back and forth. It looks like Warriors isn't letting that initial goal scare them. They're still playing pretty well. They've just got to try and maintain possession, which they're doing right now, and turn that possession into an opening downfield.
This is going to bounce. Luke is waiting for it. Great pass to Freshness. Looking for the pass back to Luke, but it'll be deflected into the corner. Freshness managing to get back to it. Now J-Russ up for it. Solid clear from Buddy. Luke, beautiful pass. Is that on? Yes, it is. J-Wiz makes the save, and Buddy just wants to turn it away. He'll get by, too. That's a clutch clear from Buddy, buying his team a lot of time.
Time is really what they need right now, too. They've just got to have something where they can have possession of the ball, control it, essentially enforce their will upon the style of play that's happening right now, and get a goal back, and then take the momentum they could potentially gain from that and turn it into more opportunities. But right now, Mirage just so deep in their own half. It's going to be a struggle for them.
And I love watching the third man for Mirage. They're taking calculated risks, as this one's going to come down in front. I just watched J-Russ kind of do an off-rotation push into the backline of the Warriors. He gets a demo, and that keeps them on the offensive side of the ball. It's risky at times, but if you know where your teammates are and you know what you can accomplish, it's going to work out for you. As, again, Mirage stay on the offensive side of the ball. Luke nearly bumped J-Wiz out of the way there. So this one's going to bounce down again. Luke trying to get the deflection. It'll bounce to Freshness. He's got a net to shoot at. And J-Wiz, again, he's got 4 saves now in this game.
And one thing that's really sticking out to me, Hunted, is how much time Mirage has spent in the Warriors' half. It felt like they've essentially just been playing half-court basketball, because they've spent so much time applying pressure. and it's been working for them. We see an opportunity open up there, but it doesn't go anywhere, and Mirage still holding on to this 1-0 lead.
And they most certainly are. 2 minutes left to go. 1-0. Great pinch from Freshness. This will bounce down, but Buddy will play it on. J. Russ, a small touch for Thunder now to pick up, but Luke, again, the challenge. He might have an opening here. Buddy will get there in time. Freshness to follow. But guess who? It's J-Wiz to turn him away.
Now Thunder, pushing it downfield again. That's exactly what they need. We haven't seen a whole lot of aggression come from them so far this game, and it's going to take some aggressive plays downfield to break through this defense.
Oh, the whiff from Thunder nearly gave Luke an opening. Just couldn't quite get the flip on it. This is going to pop up. Thunder will send Mirage packing, at least for the moment. Luke trying to get the redirect. Can he get the double? No, it's going to come straight down. Oh, a second touch off the bar. J. Russ won't get it by. He might get back to it, but Thunder will clear it away. And the defense for the Warriors keep it at 1. Here's J-Wiz opening. He scores. We are tied after a beautiful play from the Warriors.
Yeah, just good pop-up over Luke there. Opens the path to get them back level. And now they've got a minute to work with. Try and find something to prevent this game from going to overtime. But that is the first stepping stone that they needed to try and get the series back under their control.
That it most certainly is. That was their 3rd shot on goal, and it's the one they needed to tie the game up here. But they need to find one more to send us to a 4th game as Buddy. He's playing out of the corner. Luke will keep it there. Buddy looking for Thunder. It will be Freshness to play on. Final 30 seconds now. As J. Rusty's going to backflip. Here's Buddy, the redirect. Luke, solid touch. Can't get by Thunder. This is going to come down off the back wall. Buddy's there. Oh, he hits the bar. Another chance for Warriors, and they can't convert.
He almost found the follow-up off the bar accidentally as well. It just ends up bouncing in front instead of going in. Close call, and now with the final 10 seconds counting down, if Mirage scores here, they can prevent an overtime.
Ooh, J-Wiz the save. Buddy will clear. And now J-Russ out of the corner. One final opportunity. No, Thunder will take it away. And my goodness, you've got to give J-Wiz some credit here, Sleeky. A clutch save on the line, his 6th of the game.
And it is, and now we're in overtime. They are in do-or-die situation here as that shot comes dangerously close. Luke able to keep it away.
Now Thunder looking for J-Wiz, good pass, but a better cut. Now Freshness, he's got no one else to beat. He missed it wide. Luke on the line, but he will make the save. Freshness again will take a shot, and Thunder will save it away. That was the game. That was the series for Mirage, and Freshness missed it.
What a highlight save as well. He's able to get the pinch off the post. I mean, the shot really wasn't that great, but to be able to read that and still keep your cool while being in that sort of situation, hats off defensively for that save.
Well, here's Freshness again, keeping it in the blue half. It'll bounce down, and if the Warriors take this game, they need to be thanking their lucky stars that it did not end in overtime here. It's Freshness back into the blue zone. J-Wiz, he'll challenge Luke. It'll bounce up high. J-Russ is there. Just going to carry it into the corner. The demo onto Buddy will open up some space. J-Wiz, solid defensive play, but he gets demoed for his trouble. Now Luke getting beat by Thunder. They'll have to reset as they try to play through mid. J-Wiz again, solid play. This will bounce out. Here comes Thunder to try to rotate forward. It looks like a little bit of a reset now.
Yeah, good opportunities opening up for Warriors International, but it's felt like Mirage has had the better of them so far. Good one there, almost goes in. Luke keeping it out, but still they can't find it.
Oh no, the pinch plays it away, and now they're gonna have to hustle back. All 3 of them were there. Here's J-Russ, he can't get over Wismont. And Thunder, he can't find the touch either. Freshness with a chance, that's on goal, that's in the goal! Freshness will score to win it, and Mirage take it in 3 straight.
I'm still in awe at how that from Warriors didn't go in. So close, the pinch puts it away, and then Mirage capitalizes. But what a brutal way to end game 3. The net was right there, all for the taking, and they just couldn't make it happen.
Unbelievable. I mean, how did we go from a series that went to all 5 games, a reverse sweep, so exciting, to a sweep that was just as exciting. How does that happen?
I tell you, that overtime was something else. We had saw some really solid play from both of those teams during regular time, but it felt like we transported ourselves into a different dimension 3 times during that OT. An open net found its way there, but no one capitalizes. Incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that there's one other person who's got something to say about that. Ryan, come on, man. Another fun series. How are we so lucky?
I honestly don't know. I mean, like you were saying, though, it felt like things took a step up there in that overtime. And some of those really close saves had me just sweating in my seat right now, because I really thought that some of those were going to go on. And I thought that Warriors International were going to give themselves that second chance. But Mirage just so dominating. And one of the big things I noticed, though, was they had these huge booming clears, and it didn't seem like Warriors really had a response to that. I mean, what could they have done differently to kind of handle that?
Well, when that happens to you, you kind of almost have to reciprocate those clears, right? You have to have somebody ready for the big booming clears to hit one of your own back. And it's almost kind of like you're just sending it into their zone and doing what you can to keep it there. You're not really trying to look for passing plays. You're not really trying to look for zone entries through mid. You're just booming it into the zone. It's almost like forechecking in hockey. I've made so many hockey references, but it's what it is. I mean, you're dumping it into the zone. You're sending a player after it. If he gets the challenge, then you push forward. If he doesn't, the ball comes back to you, and you play defense from that point. And I just feel like Warriors didn't have what it took to play against that style, and they got caught a couple times a bit too far forward, just getting beat over the top by Mirage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing with those clears as well is just they were playing aggressively when they were trying to push it downfield, and that aggression left so much space open behind them that when the clears came, there wasn't someone there, rotationally speaking, to clear it back like Hunted was mentioning. They were tracking back, just trying to hope they could get there in time, and that sort of open space is absolutely going to always be capitalized on at this level of play.
Yeah, again, finding those huge openings in the backfield, like you were saying, Sleegy, but then also managing to keep the ball in that backfield, trying to keep a rotation speedy enough to keep some pressure on that defense. But, I mean, Mirage taking it 3-0. They 3-0 sweeped them. And, again, in rival series, in league play, that is not something you want, because we go by game differential in some of these cases when your series scores are so close. So, really, a 3-0 is not a good look here for Warriors International. So we're going to be looking to see if they can make a bounce back anytime soon. But before we go, Sleegy, I'm going to start with you. Who's your MVP?
So many good players, so many good plays. It's really difficult for me to pick, but I think if I have to go with one, it has to be Freshness. Just so many clutch plays. He was in the position he needed to be when he needed to be. And at the end of the day, I really felt like he was the difference maker in that game.
I mean, he took mine. That's not fair. No, I definitely agree. I think Freshness was the difference maker, pretty much reciprocating what you had to say there. But, I just want to give a special shout out again to Jwiz for his effort in Game 3. He made 7 saves, and 6 of them were game-changing saves. Like, it was such a good. I feel bad for him because he played so well on defense. They just couldn't pull it out.
Yeah, I think if Warriors International had pulled off a reverse sweep, he definitely would have been my MVP just off of that final game alone. But I'm going to have to give it to Freshness as well. One, I heard his name called out a bunch of times. But two, he just felt like that difference maker on the pitch. He just looked really solid for this team. But, I mean, again, Mirage taking the 3-0 win. Hats off to them. They look fantastic. But speaking of hats and my horrible transition, if you want to buy one of these hats, you can go over to our store. Do !store there in chat, and you can go get one yourself. But guys, that's going to do it for us right now. We're going to be right back with Chaos Esports versus Stromboli, our game of the day. See you soon.